Okay, so today we're gonna do a deep dive on something that might seem pretty basic at first,
Hmm.
but I think that it's something that a lot of people overlook,
Yeah.
and it can really
Don't take
help
more
improve your workflow when you're using software.
for sure.
So we're gonna be talking about keyboard shortcuts,
Okay.
and specifically
Hmm.
the F10 key in
Interesting.
Microsoft products.
Yeah, the F10 key is it's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah,
It's not one that I think people think about too often,
right.
but it's incredibly powerful.
Right. And the thing that I find so fascinating about it
Yeah,
is that it's not just like one keyboard shortcut.
right.
It's like it unlocks this
It's
whole
exactly.
thing.
It's like a gateway
Yeah,
to a whole universe of keyboard shortcuts.
exactly.
And it's all about kind of like, we get so used to using the mouse,
Right.
right? Clicking on things and dragging and dropping.
Yeah.
But there's this whole world of keyboard shortcuts
Hmm.
that can really speed up your workflow.
Yeah. So the source that we're looking at today actually describes it as activating the ribbon's keyboard shortcuts.
Yes.
So for people who maybe don't know what the ribbon is,
Yeah.
it's that,
It's that toolbar.
yeah, that toolbar at the top of like Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or Excel.
Exactly. It's got like all the different menus
Yeah.
and options that you can use.
Right. And all those options
Mm-hmm.
have keyboard shortcuts associated with them.
Yes. And the thing is, like, sometimes you know that there's a keyboard shortcut
Right.
for something, but you can't quite remember what it is.
Exactly.
And that's where F10 comes in.
Yeah.
You hit F10 and suddenly all of those keyboard shortcuts are revealed.
Yeah, it's like
Right?
right there in the ribbon.
It's like it unlocks them.
Yeah.
And like little letters and numbers appear.
Exactly. And it's almost like you've cracked a secret code or
Well,
something.
I know, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like it was there all along,
Right.
but hidden.
It's like this hidden world
Yeah.
that you suddenly have access to. And it makes you wonder, like, why didn't they just make these shortcuts more obvious?
Right. Well, I think it has to do with like the evolution of user interfaces.
Yeah.
Like earlier versions of Windows,
Mhm.
they relied heavily on keyboard navigation.
Right.
But as graphical interfaces became more popular
Yeah.
and the mouse became the dominant way of interacting with computers,
Right.
a lot of that keyboard functionality kind of got tucked away.
Okay, so this is like a bridge
Yeah.
between those two worlds.
Exactly. It's like it's a nod to the power users
Mhm.
who still value speed and efficiency.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of people
Mhm.
can relate to the example that they give in the source material,
Yeah.
which is like, you know,
What is that?
you're working on a document
Mhm.
and you need to insert a table,
Right.
but you can't remember what the keyboard shortcut is.
Yeah. And instead of like
Nope.
hunting through all the menus with your mouse,
Exactly. You just hit F10.
you just hit F10 and bam,
And there it is.
there's the short
Right there on the ribbon.
right above the insert tab.
Yeah.
It might say like Alt plus NT or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And the beauty is, even if you don't memorize that specific shortcut, the more you use F10, the more likely you are to just learn those combinations naturally.
So it's like a learning tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a way to kind of like organically discover
Yeah.
these shortcuts.
What if you hit F10 though and
Yeah.
you're just like, oh my gosh,
Right.
there's too many shortcuts.
It can be a little overwhelming.
I can't handle this.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Don't worry, there's a safety net.
Okay.
You just hit the escape key,
Oh.
and it takes you right back to your normal view.
Okay. So you could just like back out.
Exactly. It's a
Okay.
no-pressure way to explore.
I like that. No pressure.
Yeah.
Now, are there any downsides to using F10?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
For people who are already really comfortable with keyboard shortcuts, it might feel like an extra step.
Okay.
But for most people, I think the benefits of increased speed and discoverability far outweigh any minor inconvenience.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you're listening to this and you're thinking like,
Yeah.
I want to be more productive, I want to feel like I have more control over my software,
Mm-hmm.
F10 is a really great place to start.
Absolutely. It's simple to use.
Mhm.
It's immediately applicable.
Yeah.
And it might just change the way you interact with your computer.
I love that.
So give it a try.
Yeah.
See how this small change impacts your workflow, and you might be surprised by what you discover along the way.
Yeah. And you might even discover like a love for keyboard shortcuts that you didn't know you had.
Exactly. Who knows what other hidden gems are
Yeah.
lurking within those familiar programs, just
Yeah.
waiting to be discovered.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks for having me.
for this deep dive.
It was fun.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya. Bye. Bye.